to the Aquarian. I am Liam. We're gonna go through some tarot cards. I made this deck myself and got a real connection to it. And also, we'll pick some oracle cards as we prepare to head into the full moon in Aquarius, which will happen in 2.5 days from now. Woo! Friday. It's a Saturday. So Friday. Full moons are a release, a full expression of the soul, of the emotional self, which is why on full moons people do stupid stuff because they're overwhelmed with emotion. And if we don't have a right mental state to control that and have a good, creative, healthy expression of it, then you end up, there's more people that visit the hospitals and get arrested on full moons. These facts, son. Oh, deep breaths. This is fiery, electric on this axis of Leo, where the sun is. We also have Venus, who is coming out of Cancer. Venus, our receptive energy, our attractive energy, our sensual energy, is going out of the maternal, nurturing, inward Cancer energy into Leo active energy. Wherever Venus goes, she just blesses. She's the best planet. And Jupiter. I mean, best, it's hard to say good, bad, but I'd rather have a Venus aspect than a Mars aspect. But with Venus, you can just not do anything. And so now we're really going active. Mind you, our outer planets, all we have, I have my chart on the wall over here. That's what I'll be looking at. Usually I don't record from my phone in my office. It's a little, we can be a little door. Okay, yeah, showing off. You're gonna be more receptive, Venus, to Leo, showing off. Shining your light. Being childlike. Heart as light as a feather. For that is often what we need in this world that attacks us emotionally constantly to make us heavy, drowning in the waters. We have fixed energy. We're gonna have a fixed grand cross with our Taurus nodal energy and the fixed signs of Scorpio and Taurus. And then with the sun and the full moon, and the full moon's going to be conjunct Saturn in Aquarius, Leo axis. Here's that fixed cross. This is where we have an opportunity to fix something into place. Aquarius is not known to be emotionally expressive. So when we have the moon and emotional body there, we could be surprised by emotions, feel something new, or be able to kind of be a little bit separated from your emotions to be more objective about them, to take care of implementing or feeling good about the system that you have already implemented. And then at the same time, the release has a new moon planted, and it's a new something. This is more letting the full expression of it. And then it's gonna start shedding as as it prepares for the next new moon, which is in Pisces. Wow. And then we're in Virgo season already. We have Mercury ahead into Virgo. So this is Mercury, where he loves to be, is able to pay attention to the details and actually work on them, do them, not just. I think with the outer planets are all in retrograde, except for Uranus, who's that revolutionary go forward. So we have Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter, all in retrograde. And then we have Mercury will go in retrograde in his own sign. Sometimes I've found that's a little bit more powerful because he went retrograde in Gemini and that was lots of confusion. Now it's going to be Virgo's health, really. They're your physical health. So we have Mercury, the mind there. It's able to be mindful of our physical health, of our daily patterns and routines that have kept us in a long-term pattern. Now we can feel the results from that. That might not feel so good. And so then you could implement Saturn, long-term father time stuff, into Aquarius, new, forward progressiveness, revolutionary ways of changing your daily routine for setting something into place. That's why even though it's a full moon and a new moon, you want to set something into place. Full moon, you reap it. So you can use that to manifest. I wish that word is starting to irk me. It's used so much in the New Age community. Another word I hate, New Age. Anyways, it's kind of like a full expression about you can really feel like you're not feeling like you want to feel. And then see, that's there you are kind of looking at your feelings objectively. And then choose almost a new narrative, and I've been using that a lot lately too. Choose a new way to do things that are more in line with your consciousness. It's like starting to practice what we preach a little bit. It's setting in a new system. Right now, as we're doing this, the moon is going by Pluto in Capricorn. That is feeling deep about perhaps being enchained. Capricorn's the devil card in the tarot. Feeling like we are not where we want to be and we're being held back by self-sabotaging South Node Scorpio, obsessive, possessive behaviors. That is not you. That is not me. Let us not identify with. Here's a secret to AA. Say, hi, my name's Liam. I'm an alcoholic. That's what they want you to do. That's how you've just identified yourself. I am an alcoholic. I'm not. I'm fucking God, pure, eternal, perfect. I experience alcoholism. That's not fucking me. Getting to the essence of what we are. And ultimately, when we do that individually, we connect to others more equally. So we recognize it in other people. That same thing that we recognize in ourselves. This is a good time to be reminded of just how unique you are, while at the same time how you're not different from anybody else. And where that is not being seen in the world with these upper class elites ruling shit, Pluto Capricorn. Let us fucking be courageous, Leo, lion, the heart. Leo sees to do something, speak out against it. Aquarius gone wrong. It's the masses. It could be the masses cold together to put us some fucking work camps, not respecting our uniqueness, our dignity. Okay, let's go to the cards. That's just a little bit of the astrology that I'm seeing. So really, I think just with Uranus going forward near the nodes, this is able to Four of Pentacles, Four of Earth, able to stick something into Earth while still being flexible. Four of Pentacles, it's sometimes called the Miser card, but he's holding a pentacle, a coin on a disc in his heart in a motion that symbolized movement. He's outside the city. Behind him, he's in a place of comfort, of confidence, being able to be flexible while being solid. Four legs on a table or a chair. It's just asking us to North Node Taurus. Our karmic compass is pointing us to the element of Earth. Taurus, fixed Earth. What are we fixing into Earth? How are we bringing about the new Earth? And of course, we have to first think locally, perhaps, before we go globally. Be the change you want to see. Oh, we have the Page of Swords going forward, which I feel like that's Mercury. I associate that with Mercury, but Mercury like in an air sign. Mercury in air is being sometimes not being able to make a decision. So as we get the Ace of Swords, I feel like that's telling us to be open to new ways of thinking, breaking through these hardened mental habits that are tied up with our physical habits. And there could be a mental switch change right now that makes that physical habit to be loosened. But with the Ace of Pages, I'm thinking it's saying don't just be kind of a little bit carefree about it. You know, it's like alcoholism. You see somebody gives up alcoholism and then they take on working out crazily and then taking up steroids. So there's a sense of obsessiveness, escapism, not accepting our being full. What if somebody's like, you know what? I'm gonna replace getting drunk with doing something with charity, doing a passion project that's helpful for the world. We are the world. We are the to make a better day. Let's start giving. I was in a school singing choir thing, I guess. It was the whole school was singing, rocking back and forth, and they used it in a Michael Jackson video, but Michael Jackson wasn't even there. They like just green screened him. Maybe he was just green screened. Have you ever met Michael Jackson? Maybe his whole existence was just a green screen. That's like illusion, yeah. We're getting out of the delusion. Surrender to the sweetness. That's really what that page of swords you see he's holding this. He's kind of like just, if you know a Libra, sometimes they can be, and it's similar to Pisces, they're just a little bit lost, and they do. But they're in the moment. Being more in the moment. One thing in Alcoholic Anonymous is, I know, what do they say? One day at a time. That is a certain detachment, surrender to the future that we can't control so much, or the past with feelings of regret. Break those chains so that we are free in the now. Feeling the Holy Spirit tingling through me. Pleasure, joy, make love to life. I'm going to have sex with life today. I'm going to have beautiful intercourse with life. All right, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this here morning. Where am I? My live chat. No, nobody want a live chat up in here. Any questions? Any comments? Maybe I'll start doing this. I'll try to do this more often. Good way to get the day started. Oh yeah, so what were our messages? I feel like grounded in the nowness. That's going to be, I feel like it's a message always. Shekinah. I know, it's the sacred feminine who is in the earth and the water. Look at Taurus right there. That's all. My Taurus painting just happened to be up. I switched it out. I got 4 of the 4 fixed signs. Let us grab life by the tail of the Shekinah. The red root chakra, which is like the realm of Saturn and Mars. Above it in the orange is the sacral chakra, ruled by Jupiter, orange. But it's feminine. When we think of Jupiter, we think of Zeus and it has a masculine energy. Well, everything's got to have a masculine and a negative. Which is why it's good to think about the sun as a goddess as well. The sun goddesses are badass. There's a Earth, Wind, and Fire song where they talk about the fire, the sun goddess. And then there's one where they talk about serpentine energy. Which is, the Kundalini is this, think about orange. So we have the orange, we have to take, which is Jupiter and Venus. Why? Because Venus is exalted in Jupiter's sign of Pisces. While at the bottom, the winter, we have Capricorn and Aquarius, where the sun is the weakest, the furthest away. And that's ruled by Saturn. And then before that and after that, Pisces and Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. But in Pisces, Venus is exalted. In Capricorn, Mars is exalted. So that's why Mars and Saturn have black and red associated with them. And they use that in Satanism mostly. So you think of the sacred, what we have to, it's a coiled up, Kundalini means coiled up serpent, dragon energy, the dragon in the cave protecting the virgin. This virgin oil that runs throughout our spine and bathes our brain. It's likened to oil chrism. We did the chrism, the anointing of ourselves ritual last Sunday, which is an outward sign for the what we're trying to make happen inwards, bringing as without, so within, sympathetic magic. Wow, I've never explained that so good before. And that's the Catholics say. I mean, the Aquarian takes stuff from everywhere where it sees makes sense. Should come together with our logic and ration. But unlike the Catholic Church, we don't say that we're the mouthpiece of God. Have faith in us. That Jesus Christ, we've broken through that matrix. I know somebody reminded me today, like the masses aren't going to get this, Liam. They're not going to be open to it, and they're going to hate you. Probably fucking kill you. YOLO. That sounds like a lit screenplay. I mean, not being so confident, saying, "Oh, I have the truth. Look at me. I'm right. Everybody else is wrong." But just, you're not right. And here's how we know. And so now what? Yeah, finding out that Jesus never historically existed as a person is going to be a stumbling block to many people. It's like telling somebody, their child, Santa Claus doesn't exist. Then do you want to be that kid in class to tell the other students? But to fucking keep us separated, divided. But there are some good things in it. Perhaps encouraging people to charity, a life of virtuosity, thinking about others, having sympathy, empathy. Those teachings are there. But then that can be interpreted as just sympathy and empathy toward my fellow brother, my neighbor, who's usually your family member back in these days when they were writing them, my fellow tribe member, my fellow church member. Breaking that down, what Aquarian does also is by breaking down the non-historical contextual study of the story of Jesus. Moses and Abraham, obviously these are fictional stories, not historical. Largely, this propaganda for whatever Hebrew, Sumerian, Hellenistic, Babylonian people, elites wrote it. So the reason why it got passed down and not burnt like everything else. Oh, if we didn't have... there's still stuff in pagan religion that perhaps would be like animal sacrifice and using that blood in ritual. When you're hunting and you have to kill to eat, which isn't a pleasant thing always, it lets you do it in a way that gives thanks to the animal for the sacrifice that it's making to feed us. And we're doing it in a way with ceremony, perhaps even ritual, to more express that notion. Are the rewards in the ethereal realm of the gods when we do that? I like to think so. Does it make us feel good? It would make me feel better. So I'm going to think about it that way. That's magic, practical magic. We all freaking do it. But when we come together and match it up with reality, namely through the four elements, and the fifth being the ether, the mind more so than air, we build healthier rituals that express more humanistic stuff. Just cut my internet off? No? Oh, well, rituals, we all do rituals, so it's, yeah, didn't we talk about living in the moment lately? There is something about, if you want to be more productive, which Mercury and Virgo is all about productivity. My dad's got a Virgo moon. He's like, did you have a productive day? What does that mean? Did I go and do a bunch of work? Yeah, have a productive day, just going to the freaking beach. So back to ritual and ceremony. Ceremony is the idea of being conscious, really thinking about and using your intention, your energy, and your willpower to focus your energy on something. We like to try to do that, focus it on something to make us feel good, more together with ourselves, in private ceremony, and our environment, and those in our lives, and that which is out. And then when we do ritual and ceremony, not only are we actively getting us out of these unhealthy ways of doing ritual and ceremony that involve scapegoating people's sins onto an animal. Hopefully we have a more, an idea of God, of the divine, that is more, has consciously evolved since 2,500 freaking years ago. I missed that chat. I forget, my chat came up, and then somebody I saw about Pentecostalism. He came out of the church, it looks like, as well, or hopefully. I know I hate to be that guy, but God, I get out of the church. Let's get out of all the Abrahamic religions. And then if you do practice something that is a homage, or that is your cultural tradition, just hopefully it doesn't have any ideas of God that makes your people chosen superior over another. That somehow this world is fallen and evil. It needs to be punished for that or escaped from it. Yeah, so when people get together in community or together and focus their energy, more likely things will come together. And so, in order for something to function, we're in Aquarius, full moon, getting ready, Saturn, it needs system, it needs structure, it needs organization. But Pluto Capricorn right now, it can't be hierarchical in a way that does not respect human dignity equally. So the challenge is, how do we organize, come together in community, function, be efficient, exist, manifest, without becoming hierarchical. Clericalism has done this. Lots of the abuses I would put forth, and I'm not the only one, is that these priest, pretty much the same thing. These priest scandals with the children of priests and just churches is a power abuse, a power hungry perversion action, the pedophilia. So we can't have this unequal distribution of power. As someone's closer to God than I am, bitch. We also have a certain function, and one's, whoa, with the whole pandemic, with the essential workers, that taught us something, hopefully, about those often who are just doing these minimum wage paying jobs are the most freaking needed. In 30 minutes, I better get to work. I gotta be productive. I love this. You know, I had I don't know if it was a dream, but in the dream, it felt out of timelessness, like came out of planet Earth into like kind of like a glass sphere, and was kind of like with my family, and they were telling me we're looking at Earth, like you could go into it and you'll get a chance to use like technology to record videos and broadcast them, and I was like, that sounds lit. Let's go. They're gonna tell me about all this other bullshit. No, I didn't remember a feeling of like, oh, fuck. And you gotta drink from the cup of forgetfulness. I drink from that cup too much. That's why I'm talking about Alcoholic Anonymous all the time on the show today so much. Mental health, group health. Yeah, so AA, they bring you in, and then ultimately they put you onto the God of the Bible, who's a total dick, saying our Lord's Prayer. It was created, a Catholic priest was a big part in creating 12 steps after the 12 constellation zodiac months. Who knows? Yeah, here's a 12-step program, is the fucking learning the 12 steps of the year. It's so beautiful. There is a seemingly beautiful tapestry woven, and we get a chance to commune with the gods, the planets, and become co-creators and weaving the most beautiful tapestry and expression of our love, our heart, courageously and then consciously to the community, caringly, curating Mother Earth, North Node. Grabbing the donkey by the tail, South Node, Scorpio. So all this is tough. All the scorpionic shit in us that we don't want. The South Node of the eclipses is exalted or at home in Scorpio. And the North Node is Taurus, that's deep. That's the nodes of the moon. Because it's exalted in Taurus because its North Node is there. So that's just always our North Node should be pointed to Taurus. We're looking to the sign of Taurus to see what we can do the best. And then what the moon is telling us in its position is that its North Node, its tail is in Scorpio. So that's coming out of unhealthy attachments, possessiveness, obsessiveness, jealousy, manipulative maneuverings. That's very profound. So right now is fucking karmic times karmic as karmic it gets. Ooh, I feel that my spine. I feel the spirit moving within me, shaking all horizons. I rock back and forth as I read the Torah, simulating intercourse with Shekinah. For Judaism is really a polytheistic religion consisting of Yahweh and his consort Ishtar. For it was a Babylonian cult. Saturn is God the Father. Its son is Jupiter, Yahweh, Jehovah. This is the astral myth. This is astrotheology that breaks down the literal interpretations of these scriptures. And that is revolutionary. And the Aquarian is what we're doing about it. Let's go!